okay. Not sure why it is raining every time it is my turn to come over here, but here we are. Although I do have my handy dandy cat umbrella to help me out, so we'll take it. So as I'm sure a lot of you have seen, the foundation is completed. The walls are poured and everything. Steel beam was placed, and they have been for the last week or so dropping off all of the materials. Oh, it's got really windy. All of the materials for the framing process. So just going to show you everything that they dropped off and a little bit that they've started so far. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of building materials here so far. I honestly don't know if this is all of it or if they are still bringing some in. Not totally sure. Got the trusses just kind of thrown over the hill there a little bit. Whatever that is, and we have a cobalt. So looks like they got a little bit done today. It did start raining like halfway through the day, so I'm assuming that they probably did not get a full day in, but looks like there is wood on top of the whole border of the concrete wall and then across the steel beam there, and then looks like they started putting in for the, I guess, floor of the upstairs slash ceiling of the basement. So it looks like they got about, let's say roughly a little over half of that back section there completed today. It is Friday and they don't work on Saturdays, and then Memorial Day is Monday, so I'm assuming that they probably won't be back until Tuesday. Hopefully the weather is going to be nice next week and we can see a lot more progress, but as of now, this is at least what they've gotten done today, so better than nothing. We're still moving along a little bit here, so we are happy to see it, and we will give everybody another update once we see a little bit more progress.
Hey, John here, and yeah, just like Alexa just updated you guys, it's a full-blown construction site here right now. The guys did do a little bit more, floor joisting than the last time she was just here, the last couple clips you just saw. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this upcoming week, the rest of the house should realistically be framed. I think they said that it really only takes like 6 full days to frame a house, which is crazy. So also happening this week is the guys are coming to put in our septic system. So the tanks will get delivered, the sand mound will get built, things of that nature. And then we're also waiting for a telephone pole to show up, so that way we can get power to this side of the road. So it's going to be interesting because it's rained for like the past 12 days in a row, and we got to get a crane truck all the way back there kind of near those trees, because that's where the pit's going to go, and that's where the septic tank itself is going to go. And then all the way up here, you might be able to see it through the trees, all that orange, that's where the sand mound's actually going to go. So basically, the guys are going to have to basically dig like a massive trench-ish so that way they can run all the pipes and stuff all the way up here. They're going to clear a bunch of trees out that way, and we'll update you guys here in a couple days once they get that process started. But yeah, over here, guys are getting some work done. There's lumber literally everywhere, all over the side of the other side of the truck and whatnot. And, you know, kind of like Alexa started updating you guys on, all of the wood along the entire border is already basically mounted in, and floor joists have started. I believe right there is where the downstairs steps are going to go. And walk on here real quick. Everything's mounted, which is nice. They double up here. Honestly, I don't know why. I've never built a house before. I could see where they kind of have like a header type deal for like the back door and everything to go. So I know that's going to be a little bit thicker there, but you know, not 100%. I've never built a house before, so I don't exactly know exactly why they do. You know, why is there two pieces of wood here and only one over there? I don't know. Maybe some of you guys could tell me. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come over here, see it for myself. I had to drop the tractor and stuff off as well. So wanted to give you guys a quick update. Not sure how many days we could get here this week before or after work. So this is where it's at right now. And you're about to see how far they got this week right now. All right, guys, as you could see this week, all of the crews got a lot of work done. All of this was done this past week. All right, and as far as the house side goes, because we had house stuff going on this week and we also had septic and sand mound stuff going on this week. So as far as house stuff goes, obviously we got a bunch of roof trusses and stuff over there, but the biggest thing is, from the last time I was kind of talking to you guys on here, we actually have walls and everything. So last time I got to talk to you guys, all we had was a floor, pretty much. Actually, we didn't even have the subfloor. All we had were like all the floor rails or whatever, if you know what I mean, the floor joists. But now we actually have a house that is coming to shape. And honestly, it looks absolutely fantastic. The guys are doing an awesome job. See, front porch. I'm honestly not going to go inside. I'm honestly not going to go inside in this video because I don't want these. Let's be honest, my YouTube channel is primarily trucks. The house videos aren't doing that hot, so I don't want to make the house videos 20-30 minutes long. So we're going to kind of walk around the house. I want to show you what we did here, show you the septic and sand mount stuff, and then probably next video, because this upcoming week they're going to have all the roof trusses and everything on, we'll do a full walk through the entire interior of the house so you can see the layout and everything. But yeah, so we will do that next week. But you can see some rooms over here. We should have windows, I believe, coming up soon as well. I'm here today to see if I can start getting rid of some of this rock. And also all of this rock. But it's kind of cool because you could see, like I said, let me back up here. You can see a house taking shape, a house taking form. It looks freaking awesome. And if you go here into the basement, which is cool, My phone should adjust. Yeah, it looks way brighter on the phone than it does in real life. You can see all the floor joists, all the bracing. You could see the beams they set. And I now totally understand exactly why there was a beam there. If you remember in my last video, I wondered why there was a beam here. A little stripper pole beam right there in the middle to support that. And you could also see there's a beam over on that side, a small beam, and I'm not exactly sure why, but well, I found out why there was a beam here, and my father-in-law is the one that hit the nail right on the head on that. Basically, they needed it for space, right? Boards only go so long, so there's, you know, that's why that's there. You know, basically how they have this house set up, that's one board right there. Well, guess what? There's another one right there, and so I believe that's at least the case. That's but it's looking really good. So metal pole here. You can see they started to dig out the underground because I am going to be putting a bathroom in down here. And what's cool is this is all the underground stuff they got to dig. Now they had to stop because guess what we ran into? Rock. You'll see that the basement steps are going to come down right here. And this is the cool part over here. That's where the septic is going to go out of the house. So let me show you where it's going to go. Well, basically from there. So that pipe is essentially coming out of the ground, well, out of the house underneath there. I'll be honest with you, I'm new to septic systems and stuff. I don't know why there's two pipes coming up here because from my understanding, it goes underground all the way under there to the tank itself. And then from this tank, the impressive part, that stuff goes to this tank, right? And from this tank, there's a bunch of lines. You can see that goes from there all the way up into the woods. Let's go up there right now. All right, that goes all the way up here to the woods. The guys made me some really nice trails, which is awesome. Thank you guys. But that goes all the way up here to a massive, massive, massive sand mound. So my house, I do not have any public, do not have any access to any public utilities other than electricity. So we are going to be drilling a well. We do have to have septic and sand mound for waste, and we don't have access to gas either. So we'll be running an electric heat pump with propane backup. So the guys, dude, here's what's crazy. Shows you exactly what the right equipment does, because the guys cleared, this was all woods. There's probably 100 trees in here. This was all woods, and they took all this out in one day, opened up all of this space up top here. And I felt bad because it took me probably almost a year to move the entire forest where we're building the house back like 40 feet. And the guys come here, cleared all this in one day. So it's makes me feel a little bit bad about myself, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is not completed by any means. The guys are coming back out tomorrow. It needs to be tested. And then I think they put like another layer of rocks and then topsoil over the entire thing. So next time I'm on the video, you'll see that this does get covered up. And honestly, I feel really bad. I wish I had a second construction camera because golly, would it have been cool to see a time-lapse video of them clearing this entire forest and building that sand bed. So just one of those things, I wish I had a second construction camera. Kind of happened quick and didn't realize I was going to want or need one, but is what it is. And honestly, guys, that's all I got. I'd love to stay and talk a little bit more, but like I said, these videos aren't so hot on my channel, so I don't want to bore anybody too long longer than I have to, if you will. I got a lot of work to do tonight. That's why I got the dump trailer hooked up to the old truck there. I'm going to see if I can start getting some loads of that gravel or all that rock. I mean, that big rock and boulders out of here, and then we'll go from there. So thank y'all for watching. The next video should be a completely fully framed house. And then, like I said, we'll do a full walkthrough, show you the room, show you kind of like what we custom built. So, it's nothing crazy. We're not millionaires by any chance. So it's a very modest home, but it's cool because we have our own little tweaks on the house. So thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the family, join the old truck and house build. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.